Pungles here again with another Battlefield 2042 video, and this time I'll be reviewing every item in the Season 2 Battle Pass. Now, the last Battle Pass of Season 1 was kind of disappointing, and I'm going to try to get through this one a lot quicker than my last video, which was like 30 minutes long, and it took me a lot longer than I thought. But first, I just wanted to quickly point out that this is not a review of Season 2. I haven't really had enough time to dig into the new map, or Crawford as you can see here, and I want to give it some time to bake out to see how I truly feel before releasing a full review of Season 2, and if it's worth your time. But if you're interested in seeing the Battle Pass, and if you find you're enjoying the video, then of course leave a like and subscribe. If you don't like it, of course dislike it. So first, on Season 2 they did update the UI a bit, and I really like that, and I'll go more in depth in my full review, but I just wanted to point that out quickly before we jump into the Battle Pass. So let's take a look. I've already gotten a few levels because I've played a handful of rounds of Stranded, the new map, which so far I am enjoying. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's quite as good as Exposure yet. Needs some more time to bake out, but it's a lot more action-packed and focused, which is something that the map design of 2042 sorely needed. So let's start with the instant premium rewards. Of course, we have Boris with the undeniable, and I have no idea what's going on with his hair. It just looks really goofy to me. Other than that, this is not a super impressive skin. He's got the beard, of course, but the hair is just like, it looks like it's just glued on like a toupee or something, or it's stuck to that headband. It doesn't match him at all. It's like, why is it so much darker than his beard? I don't really understand what they're doing with that character design, but so far undeniable, not super promising. This is Red Eye, the legendary skin for the DXR, and I actually like this. I think the bipod's pretty cool. It comes up over the barrel, has these flares attached to the side, and overall, not a bad skin. Alright, and of course, just like last time, the player cards and the Battlefield coins, I'm just gonna blast right through because, again, this will be here all day if I don't. Wolverine, cool. Shadow Play, not a bad skin for the AK. I think this skin will appear several times through the Battle Pass if it's just like the last one, but it kind of has a digital hex, mix of digital square and hex design, which is like, it's not too bad. Hot Commodity Charm. Cool. Everything's kind of red, which is funny because, you know, with the tier 1 skins, they're all red, so it'll be interesting to see. Savannah is a desert-themed tank skin, which I actually think changes the look of the tank itself, so I like to see that. We, of course, have Charlie Crawford, the specialist. People say he looks like Andrew Tate. I mean, he's bald and he has a beard. I don't know, it's funny, but I don't really see it that much. But he's so far pretty interesting. I like that he's a support. We need more supports. His turret, though, I haven't really played enough with it to see how effective it is. It's kind of cool to lock down an area, though. Okay, we got Green Mamba for Casper. All of Casper's skins look really good to me, and this one is no exception. So I really like this kind of green on the top with this more tan desert pattern on the bottom. I think it's a pretty cool skin. It's not too bad. Fossil Fuel, Dinosaurs, of course, Battlefield. This is an Easter egg that goes way back. Was it 2142? Or maybe Battlefield 3. I don't remember exactly when this dinosaur Easter egg thing started, but it's always cool to see them revisit that. And then we have a similar skin for the Bloodshot for the Ghost Maker, which is a red pattern skin. This reminds me of the primary skin I use in Battlefield 4, which is Firestarter, I think, was the one that I always used with my gun camos. Okay, here we have... Falk just gets the raw end of the deal every time. Hopefully she has a better skin later in this Battle Pass, but I hate this. I mean, what? Is it just a... I think it's just the head piece, and Falk rocking a do-rag. So now she just looks like Granny fighting cancer? I guess, I don't really know. The headset is kind of strange as well. It's just an overall very goofy headpiece, and I don't know if they're like contractually obligated to show her face, but we need more face coverings for her because I just don't really like playing as a granny, but her playstyle is one of my favorites, so it's really unfortunate. Here's, of course, the new assault rifle, the AM40. I just unlocked it, and I haven't used it, so I won't say anything about it other than I think it looks pretty good. Dummy thick mag, and it has kind of a scar design in this stock where it has this boot kind of design, but overall I've heard it's pretty good, and I've been dying to it a lot already. Now we have... It has no name, but this is a skin for the revolver, which I would never use, especially with the new sidearm. Bone White. That doesn't look super white to me. Like a pure white tank would actually be pretty cool, like a snow-themed one. Lucky for Irish. Luck of the Irish. Green. Cool. Boynes. Skip that. This is, of course, the EBLC Ram, the new vehicle, which I haven't really seen yet, and I haven't unlocked it, so... we'll wait for the full review to kind of go over that. I do think it's a very cool looking vehicle though, and I think it has freeform turning on both axes of the wheels, which is pretty awesome. I do think this is one of the cooler looking vehicles in Battlefield 2042, so pretty awesome to see that. A lot of nice details on it too with the ropes and the gas tanks and stuff. I always enjoy seeing that. Shattered. What's the... What? There's no difference. So this must be the actual skin. This must be bugged. Oh yeah, now it's gone. Yeah, their battle pass is bugged. That's pretty impressive to bug the battle pass. Alright, let's skip past these weapon charms. Subdivision. This is the new melee weapon. I think it's the first one outside of Portal that's not just a knife. Very brutal takedown as you just smash them over the head with this hammer instead of using the pick end. But I don't like the takedowns in the third person, so it's not super intriguing to me. Silent Slash for Paik, who is right now kind of the most cancerous specialist in the game with just her wall hack that has no downside now. But this is not a bad skin. I like seeing more red and blacks in the skins, so that's pretty awesome. Not a bad skin overall. I have her tier 1, which I think looks a lot better. This is the PF51. Once I get this, I don't really see ever using any other sidearm because right now I only use the G57 or whatever it's called, and I only have it in burst fire. So an even better version of that for close range is of course ideal. And so I see pretty much everyone using this unless they significantly nerf it. But I'll have to see once I unlock it and play around with it some more. We have here an AC-42 skin, silver shards. That's pretty cool. White and blues. Not too bad. I think it was a specific one, right? I want to see more universal weapon skins, but that's okay. An emblem or decal, not super concerned. This is hideous. This is like a Halloween one. It makes me think of Cloud Deployment for the Condor, and I think it's really, really ugly. Yeah, the orange, and it looks like Halloween to me. That's just my first take. Weigh in. Kettlebell weapon charm. Is this what we've come to? Is this where we are? Wow. Okay, on to the concussion. This stuff breaks me sometimes. The concussion grenade, I haven't been hit by any of these yet, but of course, as more people unlock them, it's pretty far into the battle pass, rank 28, to even get this, so I'm sure I'll be seeing more and more of these. This is a very interesting, he's again missing his shield like he was last time. Very interesting Dozer skin. I actually thought this was Casper when I first clicked on it, but this is a Dozer skin that has more of a ghillie suit vibe, and it's kind of interesting. A very different look for Dozer. It does kind of break his character model to me, which is very unfortunate. So when you see this running around, like, this won't look like Dozer. This profile looks like Casper to me. So more confusion regarding the specialists and the classes and their specific abilities, but as far as the ghillie suit itself, it looks pretty good with these leaves overlapping like that. Boings, splash damage for the 12 gauge shotgun auto, and not bad. Not bad with the oranges. It looks a little better on a gun than it does in the vehicle. That's a pretty sick card. I like the red theme, and I like the design of it. That's actually a pretty sick player card. I'll probably equip that because it just looks pretty awesome. Alright, now we have Cold Front, and they're kind of all over the place with these skins. I don't really know if there's a theme. A lot of them are red because of the Battlefield Master of Arms red theme that they're going, but this is like a snow bluish futuristic splinter design of this camo for that vehicle, so it's not bad. Okay, this is the gun I'm most excited to unlock, the Avances. This is a advanced LMG that's much more of an assault rifle than an LMG from what I can tell, and I'm very excited to unlock it and start trying this out because not only do I love the design, but I think it's going to be really fun to use that gun. So excited to unlock that, but again, it's pretty deep into the battle pass. Alright, Rush Terrain looks pretty good. Got some shovels on here, got some armor plating. That's not a bad skin. I like it for the Jeep. Or the Recon, whatever it's called. Firewall for Falk. I think it's just the pants. Very boring. Super boring, actually. That's a premium reward. These premium rewards are really underwhelming sometimes, especially the Falk ones. I don't know what they are with just changing her pants, but man, they need to come up with some new designs for her. Boins. That's the minigun, Vulcan minigun. Gilded Promise for the new AM40, and I don't like it. I don't like this at all. It looks like a Destiny 2 weapon to me, which is not something I want to see in my Battlefield games. It's very flashy and very strange looking, and overall it's just not a design that's super appealing to me. Alright, we got Crawford on a player card. Crimson Dawn, this is pretty cool jet skin, not too bad, and not much more to say about it than that. Another vehicle decal, Conspiracy. We have Standard Fit for McKay, which is again this kind of green It's that lucky Irish skin, but just on McKay. So, very underwhelming. I mean, I don't really see these very often where they look significantly different to me, so just kind of disappointing. More Boynes. Bitrate for the V-Car. I have never used this gun. I don't think I've used it once, and I think I pointed that out in my last Battle Pass review, but maybe I'll give it a shot this time, because I do think they made it full auto now, and maybe it's as good as the BSVM. No cap for Irish. I can't see it. I can't see it because I have his other skin on or something. It must be bugged. But it looks like they're adding his beanie from Battlefield 4, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool to see his old Battlefield 4 look. I wish I could see it, but nope, no luck there. Okay, cool. We have a universal weapon skin, Boreal, and I think this looks really good. Splinter design of just these grays and this white. And I love the universal skins, obviously, because I think they're much superior to weapon-specific skins. And this one looks really good. This is definitely reminding me of like a Battlefield 4 era skin, so I like that one a lot. Okay, flashpoint for the jet looks... I can't really see it. They didn't think through this very well, but can I even like... I wish I could go above it, but I can't. So, no idea. No idea what it really looks like. I can see yellow accents and a red accent. It looks cool, but... Sweet. Awesome. Well done. More Boynes. Bulk discount for the PKP. Not bad. Just a pretty standard skin with just some yellow accents or orange accents. And that's about it. I think maybe the box mag is different. Very unique looking gun though, for sure. Disintegrator for the K30. I think the K30 has much better skins than this, but yeah. These just give me Halloween vibes. I think it's the orange and the black mixed. Berserker for Dozer. This is his red version. And Dozer, I do think he's one of the cooler looking specialists in the game, so always good to see more colors for him. And that one's not bad. I like it. Unholy Trinity. Here we have a G57 skin. That I don't know what fully the difference is. I think it has this little decal, this red highlight, and this is, of course, as you can see, I have it kind of pimped out here, my primary sidearm until I get the PF51. Overall, so far, somewhat meh. Like, I'm not super intrigued by any of this in this Battle Pass yet, but maybe we'll come across some pretty cool ones. And the hovercraft, I hate that vehicle. Boynes. Here we have Lawnmower for the Svar, and it just has some leaves kind of strapped, and I like this. It's kind of like a jungle design that's kind of makeshift almost to better blend in. Kind of just whoever customized this weapon just kind of strapped some leaves to it to kind of break its profile, and I think that's a pretty cool idea. I actually really enjoy seeing that. It makes me think of the Battlefield 5 like Into the Jungle skins, where they were very similar. Here we have Red Spectre for Rao, and I do think this is probably his best looking skin so far. I do like that desert one with the turban, but this one looks really, really good. I like the armor plates, and he definitely looks like just kind of a mercenary working for this underground kind of weapons dealer. I think is kind of the plot line of Season 2, as far as anything has a plot. But I like the red design. I think it's better looking than his Tier 1. So once I unlock this, and I do like Rao, so once I unlock this, I will be primarily using this skin, because I think that one looks really, really good. Bonefish with the fishes for a weapon, or a vehicle decal. Another weapon skin, this one for the NTW, and it's just kind of that splinter design for the more desert look, and it's not bad. I like that. That'll be fun to use on more desert maps. A rainbow charm. Okay. Boynes. We got Sand Sweeper, which is a very cool looking skin. Actually, I like. It's a similar splinter design that we just saw, same color scheme, but this time for the Super Hokum. All right. So far, I'm just like, everything's kind of Amazon for Liz, and it looks very similar to just her. It's just a color swap, right? These color swaps, I don't really know how much I can say about them. Like, they're just very basic. This does change the MP28 a bit, and I think it looks pretty cool. I don't like this weapon, though. It's not one that I use because I just like the G57 burst fire, but I like the detail work on this. It's not too bad. That's pretty good texture work, actually. If you zoom in, you can really see the ridges and the bumps in this texture, so that's pretty good. Kind of impressed by that. Boynes, we got more player cards. Clean Tread. This is a really badass looking tank skin. I think they all kind of have this design. I don't know if that's like the weapons dealer thing or if that's the new faction they've kind of introduced. I don't remember what they're called, but that's kind of who Crawford is teaming up with the Exodus to fight against. And I don't know if that's kind of their symbol, but this is a really, really cool looking tank skin, so I really like that. Okay, we have Heavy-Handed. maybe a hint towards brass knuckle type melee weapon coming out. I'm not sure. Winter Kill for Paik, and this is again similar to the theme of Dozer's skin, so maybe there's a few jungle themes. They're kind of all over the place. They have this red and gold and black theme, they have this jungle theme, and then they also have some snow stuff. So they're just kind of all over the place in this battle pass. She kind of has this strange headgear on that covers her face, and I don't see me using this over her tier 1, but it doesn't break her profile quite as much as Dozer's does to make him look like Casper, but she still has this kind of overlapping leaf design, which is pretty cool. So that one is not bad. I don't really see myself using it, but on a more jungle theme map, that might be fun to run around with. I'm not super into skins, but as far as, you know, just reviewing the battle pass, I don't know what to say other than that. We have another universal skin, and this one looks really good. Splatter kind of camo design with golds and blacks. A very unique color scheme for that, so I do like that a lot. I'll probably use that on a few weapons that I don't have better skins for. Okay, Red Notice for the M5A3. This completely changes the profile of the gun in a way. I guess just mostly the stock area, and I think it changes the barrel sleeve here. But it kind of looks like the tier 1, which is why I thought red was an interesting scheme, and it has this skull here, which I wish I could zoom in on, but I can't. And overall, it's very goofy looking. I don't like how chromed out it is. This is much more of a Modern Warfare Warzone type of skin, and that's honestly the aesthetic I get from most of 2042 lately. And on release, it's just aping a lot of Warzone kind of aesthetics. Actually, even Crawford looks like he stepped right out of Warzone for me. Like, he looks exactly like a character in that game, which is disappointing that they don't better establish a unique aesthetic for this game, where they're just kind of aping and following trends, which is, of course, at this point, Modern Warfare and Warzone. Here we have Fast Break for the RAM or EBLC RAM. I don't know how you pronounce it, actually. And another kind of goofy, very flashy weapon or vehicle skin, but it's not terrible. It just doesn't really add much in the level of details that I would like to see in a skin, so it's just very much a paint job, as most of these things are. Card tags and boings, which I do not care about. Hopefully I'm moving through faster, I actually don't even know. And here's a kind of a funny joke at themselves, where it's a supply and command, so it's actually a shipping container weapon charm, and considering how many shipping containers are in this game now, it's, to me, very lazy map design is just reusing these assets, but they're kind of poking fun at themselves, which is, it's okay. It's not too bad to see. Malware by Sundance, super ugly. Very, very ugly. I don't like it at all. So very ugly. I don't like the skin for them, but I don't know. If you enjoy a little more flashy orange, then maybe you'll enjoy that. Ventilation. This looks exactly the same to me. Is this really different from its base skin? Just another desert theme. Interesting. Okay. Now we have a very similar Bolty skin, where it's just, again, the Bolty skins, I don't know what they do with them, but they just all look the same to me. Maybe if I looked at them side by side, I would see a difference, but that to me is just like, yeah, it's a Bolty. Yeah. Or Bolt. I say Bolty, I could be wrong. Here we have an interesting skin for the GVT. Just back to this jungle theme, where again, kind of haphazardly strapped on leaves to kind of break out its profile, and some tape, camo tape strapped around the grip, and you see here the back, and some nice detail work with mud, a little bit of mud splattered on the back, it looks like. Maybe that's part of the camo design, but overall, not a bad skin for this rifle, which I never really use. But I'm liking these jungle ones, actually. They're pretty cool. Okay, vehicle decal. Now we have base commander for Rao, and this completely changes his look. So he looks very, very different. Does he always have that scar? I don't know if he always has that scar, but of course he has the red beret, so he's kind of giving me vibes of like a insurgent, I guess, or resistance fighter style, or mercenary type of vibe with his tattoos and stuff. I think this is actually a really cool Rao skin, but again, he looks exactly like a Modern Warfare / Warzone character. Like, he does not look like a Battlefield character to me, but we're way past just them looking like standard soldiers. Like, we are way past that point, unfortunately. World Carrier for the Mav, a lot of mud splattered here, and this jungle kind of canopy being thrown over it, and that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool way to kind of break out the silhouette of the MAV and make it a little more unique and a little more battle hardened, I think. Or it looks like it's seen some action and actually been adapted to fit the environment that they may be fighting in. Why is it so big? What? Why is this? Yeah, an interesting design. I don't know why the helmet looks so goofy. His shoulders look so small. I don't He looks really thin in this big goofy helmet. I like the idea of the helmet, but he looks like a generic foot soldier for Cobra. Yeah, like the G.I. Joe enemies to me, and it's not great, not great. Fairweather Friend for the SWS. It has this kind of bandolier of bullets here strapped to the barrel, the side of the barrel, and it has these red accents, and so this is very much the weapons dealer theme, and that's pretty cool. It'd be even cooler if you somehow incorporated loading those into the rifle, but of course that would require a lot of animation work, but not a bad skin. I'd be interested to see it in the game and see if these bullets kind of get annoying, because this SWS is actually very bulky in the game anyway, especially when you sprint, so it'll be interesting to see how that changes its weapon profile. More Boyns, and here we are at the very end of the Battle Pass for Season 2. We have Haunted, which is actually a very awesome looking player card, but again, just looks like Warzone to me. And of course the legendary skin for Crawford, much like Season 1 had that legendary skin for Lise. They're kind of focusing on legendary skins for the new characters, and it's actually pretty interesting. She had the exoskeleton on her legs, and he has it on his upper body, so we are moving really into Advanced Warfare territory here as far as the aesthetic, and it's kind of disappointing to me. I do think at this stage in the conflict and at this stage in the time frame, it does make sense to have more like exoskeleton armored designs in Battlefield, but as far as this design, it just looks exactly like it's right out of Advanced Warfare, which is disappointing. The helmet's cool, but again, with the skull design, they're just aping Call of Duty so much in a lot of these designs, and it's really disappointing that they can't establish its own unique aesthetic. Like, to me, I look at, you know, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, of course Battlefield 1, obviously, and to an extent Battlefield 5, that's where it started to lose it a bit, but they had a very distinct visual look and aesthetic that they stuck to. Like, despite how many, you know, DLCs came out or premium packs, it all stuck to that very unified vision and design. And Battlefield 2042 has none of that. Like, it's all over the board. Some of the specialists look like soldiers, some look like these futuristic warriors, Mad Max era warriors with the coat, and others just look like goofy cartoon characters that just stepped out of the pages of like a comic book or something. That's a little hyperbolic, but it's just, again, there's no visual consistency here. We are all over the board, and that kind of just leads me to think that did you guys see those birds just fly through the floor? There are birds in the hangar. It just reinforces the lack of unified vision for this game. So there's the Season 2 Battle Pass. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it wasn't as long as the last one. And overall, I'm just kind of overwhelmed. It's another kind of just boring disappointment, just like the Season 1 Battle Pass was. Admittedly, I'm not super into skins and these little decals and stuff. They just don't interest me as much as like new actual content as like vehicles and weapons. I do think what Season 2 has in store looks promising. So far, I'm having fun on the map. But keep an eye out for my full review of Season 2 and if it's worth getting. That's it for me. Until next time.